All right. Good evening, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to another episode of Full Frontal Investigation. I will be your host. That's right. I'm a pussy. And I'll own it. And tonight, what we're going to talk about is, yeah, cult members. If you want to call in, by all means, call in. We'd love to hear from you. We would. And what we're going to talk about tonight is how David is begging for millions of dollars when he's literally spent that in the last couple years. He's probably spent 15 to 20 million just on property alone. And he's out there saying, hey, I need millions of dollars. You guys just go ahead and give me over your IRAs, your 401ks, and it's all going to go for the kingdom. But what David's secretly doing, cult members, is he's secretly enriching his own personal real estate portfolio. What up, Daniela Bata Bogdanov? What up? Cheers, 7-Up, bro. We're talking about David's personal real estate portfolio that he's built off the back of his own members. And David, that's the thing you won't tell your fucking cult members is what you're doing with all the properties. You won't tell them how you're moving them in and out of your fucking personal portfolio because you don't want anybody knowing that. But we know what you're doing. Because who's the church? David, right? David and his douchebag son and whoever signed the paperwork is the church. Hey, Oren, how you doing? So all the donors, sorry, really ask David, really question this, seriously. Really question this. Where has the money been going? Really ask yourself that. Where has the money been going? You don't see the convoy done, okay? He's been talking about those trucks for years now. He's only got 1 or 2 rigs. He's okay, so cult members, really think about this, right? So he's got this stage, right? But he hasn't even got that finished, right? So if he's only got like a couple trucks and a couple trailers, is he going to make multiple trips to haul this stage? Like, that's... Seriously question that. Is he going to make 1 or 2 trips to make the stage thing? Like, is he going to go back from each event and pick it up? Like, how's that work? David didn't think all this through, and he's used your money. Yep, no convo, no stage, no Amway, nothing. Nothing has come out of David's ministry except a bunch of lies. And again, all off the back of the donors, man. We can't be more clear about this, how David has done this, because he's not working. He doesn't have a job. He has everybody else out there doing the work for him, okay? He has been for years. When has David worked a job? When have you guys seen David pick up a phone? He only comes out once a year now. Comes out once a year, maybe twice a year if we're lucky, right? Comes out maybe twice a year if we're lucky. Pitches about how he's still the apostle, still the prophet, but all the promises that he's made to everybody, they're all false. All the people that have donated money, did he promise you you were going to go stay in one of those mansions? Have you been able to go stay? Really question that. Why did he buy a property, a single family property in an HOA that doesn't allow an operation like his to be run there? Because he had no intention of having anybody there except himself. David really wanted to set himself apart with all these properties. He wanted to feel like he was the biggest baller out there. Yeah, he went to culinary school to learn how to make a Twinkie. Hit that like. So what we're talking about is how David has gotten rich off the donors and built his personal real estate portfolio. And donors, if you're curious, call us. I'll tell you all the properties. I'll tell you all the properties they own. Where they're at, how much they paid, what they're worth about, and you can make your own informed decision on that, because David's literally out there on stage asking for millions of dollars from everybody. When all he would have to do is technically sell one of these properties and get rid of one and discharge one of them, and he could have fucking a rack of money. But I don't think he can sell any of these properties. Exactly. All of his cult members are broke, while David has his nice properties and mansions. Exactly. David's living large. He's got his cult members in a hotel in Houston, and then he's shuffling the people around from between Houston and Taylor. Maybe there might be some at the mansion in Tampa, but I think that's more of a hiding spot right now for David and Michelle. I don't think anybody's using the other properties. Nellie's mansion, you would die of exposure if you lived there. 18205 Hager Lane, I don't think anybody's there. 15400, I don't think anybody's there because they're looking for them there. So they're not going to be there. They're definitely not going to be at the residential center because they know they're being looked for. The only properties I could see as viable, the hotel, Tampa, Ocala, and Taylor, and O'Fallon, Missouri. They're up in O'Fallon right now. Something's going on up in O'Fallon. I just don't know what. But somebody told me they're up there. So if they've moved, I don't know. But last I heard, they were up in O'Fallon and moving around up there. So David could very well move these guys back to Houston in no time. He's got the means to do it. And he'll do it. David will do it. Yeah, he'll do it. Yeah, take your pick. Which property do you want to send your cult to? I think he'll send his cult members back. I think David will send his cult members back, but I don't think David will go back personally. I think he'll send his cult back so they have somewhere to stay. That's what I think. I think they'll all be excited to go back to that fucking rank-ass hotel. They'll be like, oh yeah, we're going back to the hotel. It's a 5-star hotel in Houston. No, it's a fucking 1-star hotel in fucking ghetto-ass Houston. So, hey, Javi MMI, what up? We're talking about how the Walrus has gotten rich off the back of his members tonight, man. Hit that like. Just double tap the screen if you're here. And we're talking about the properties and how David could easily move people around if he wanted to. It wouldn't be hard. Yo, what up, Jay Puente? Good to see you, brother. Welcome to Charlie Manson Summer Camp, bro. Pingos, keep it easy. Keep it easy, Pingos. We're talking about David's his portfolio tonight. His personal fucking real estate portfolio. He's like, hey, donors, thanks for all the properties. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, donors. And anybody that's curious about the thumbnail, guess what? That's a real mansion that David bought, and it's apparently it's worth about $9 million. Okay, so just think about that for a minute. Next time you give money to David, really question where he's putting the money, because he's either paying off a loan, paying off a lawsuit, trying to figure out how to pay a debt. Dude, I'm surprised that place just hasn't been fucking shut down yet, man. I'm with you, Kevin G. I'm fucking surprised, bro. I'm fucking surprised, dude. I really am. Yep. I'm surprised with Mahesh, too. I'm surprised Mahesh's fucking slummy-ass hotels haven't been shut down. Oh, man, excuse me. I mean, David, how do you feel about getting rich off all the donors, man? He's like, I don't care. They never suspected it. Yeah, it's got to be worth enough money for the government to get involved, right? Like, it's got to be, like, it has to outweigh, like, the benefit has to outweigh everything else. Is David a little fish in a big pool? Yeah, because the government honestly has bigger fish to fry than fucking piece of shit David. Seriously. But they know he was running a trafficking scheme, and for whatever reason they didn't bust him. I don't know. I don't know. I wish I did know. But the hotel honestly should have been the final fucking straw for David. They should have shut that fucking place down the second they found out they were turning tricks out of it. I mean, shit. Dude, if I was one of those guys picking up one of the fucking chicks, man, I'd be in jail. But he's allowed to run the fucking joint that tricks him out. Like, fuck, okay. Like, where's the double standard? There's the double standard, man. David's like, that's right, because you know what? I fucking blackmailed some people. He's on something you weren't smart enough to do, pussy. Oh, man. But, and David, why aren't you allowing people into the hotel, honestly? Why aren't you allowing people in there? That's your big campus, David. You got all that space. You got all those rooms. Why don't you open it up to the public, David? Show the public what you're doing. Seriously, show the public what you're doing if you're doing so well. But you won't, right? You won't, David, because you know what you're doing is wrong. Yeah, exactly. If somebody does an audit, a fucking town hall, fucking, yeah, somebody audits a town hall, fucking 10 fucking cops show up. Fucking prostitution joint down in Houston. I guess it's nothing new. I guess it's just normal. I guess it's just normal, right? They care about the little shit rather than going out and busting the big shit. And David's all I know. That's why I've been able to get away with it for so long. It's like, that's why the fucking cops showed up and tried to give us a hard time. Be like, yo, you're trespassing. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Get out of here, bro. The fuck on with your bullshit, dude. We know what's going on here. So I'm guessing since David still wants to fucking maybe run business down at the hotel, maybe I should start posting up out there again every so often. Yeah. So maybe it's time I go out there every so often and start posting up again. Maybe I do. Yeah. Yep. David wants to continue to promote it, you know. I thought he was going to fucking grow a brain and fucking shut it down, but apparently he still wants to fucking promote it. So yeah, but and you and I both know, Kevin G, that sack of shit's not going to open it up to the public. He'll never do that, man. I got some shithead. I write a prophecy in a year, and then 2 years, Catherine's ministry will continue to be successful and blessed while others criticize. See how fucking clueless people are. Christians, they'll take this the wrong way, man. Not saying y'all are, but dude, if you ever want to find a fucking pool of clueless people, go to Christianity. Because honestly, the way I'm seeing it from an outside perspective, is Christians, the ones that are following some of these fucking assholes, are some of the most clueless people walking the planet, man. And you guys need to wake up. Wake up. I think he's still paying on the hotel, yes. Yep. He's still paying on it. And I don't know how much he owes. He's got to be. Because he was flopping like fucking loan for loan, basically, Kevin. He was flopping loan for loan, man. So basically, he built up to get that big mansion in Florida because he just felt like he fucking had to have the biggest place down there. He's like, I'm going to buy the biggest fucking mansion. But David, it actually is not a good look for you buying that place. It's really not. Especially when you're getting loans from people who don't use banks. I'd be worried about those guys. Oh yeah, if wherever David can get money, Daniela, he'll be there, without a doubt, dude. Wherever David can get money, he'll fucking be there, bro. Fuck yeah, dude. Absolutely, dude. If there's money, David's gonna be there, bro. Fuck yeah. Fuck yes, dude. Fuck yeah. He'll be like, sign me up. Sign me up. If there's welfare, I know some of his cult members are wanted for welfare fraud, dude. So I know for a fact he's getting welfare. And if one's wanted, I'm sure there's multiple people wanted for welfare fraud out of David's cult. Because here's how you do it. You give them a bogus address and then you file fake addresses. And that's what David tells his cult members to do, file bogus addresses. I'll fucking bet. Who wants to bet none of these people have a last known address? Who wants to take a bet on it? Do you think these people have a last known address? I know Jenny Janiak's is still her home. Up in fucking wherever the fuck it's at. That's her last known address. So it's classic. This is set up classic for fucking like welfare fraud and labor fraud and shit like that. It's classic. It's classic, man. If you Google names in the U.S., you don't see the address. In Sweden, you do. Yeah, here in America, you can. Yeah, you can fucking Google people's address, but you don't know who they are. That's, yeah. Yeah, I have a Tanzanian address. It's Store Davy Drive. Yeah, see, when I had my business, that's different. Like, it had my address, right? It had my address up when I ran my window cleaning business, but that's different. But yeah, anybody in David's cult, they're not going to have a last known address. Like James O'Connor and Nate Plaster, they're fucking, they probably have some fucking random address where they're getting mail. That's not even where they're staying. Probably very few people have an address to that hotel. Also also like a sign of human trafficking. Also a sign of labor and welfare fraud. Big sign of it, man. Big sign of it. Having all those people there, David, not having them with their last address. Their address should be that hotel if they're living there. Yeah, if they're getting mail, that's what I mean, Kevin. It's going to be at some different address, some last known address. But David moved these people. He moves these people around. Wherever they need to go for the time being, that's where he moves them to. I think I could see him moving them back down to the hotel, man. Like, he had to move them all up for his fucking birthday because he wanted to feel special. Because who's going to show up for David's birthday besides his fucking cult members, right? His family ain't showing up. None of us are showing up for his fucking birthday, that's for sure. So David's like, hey, everybody come up for my birthday, okay? No, they don't vote. No, none of these people are voting, right? Because that would put them on the map. Yep, that would put them on the map, so they don't vote. They're not getting public assistance. No, that's the thing. No, they get taken everywhere. That is also another sign of human trafficking and of fucking like a labor operation. Yep, no renewal of ID cards, exactly. Mm-hmm. Yep, it wouldn't surprise me if some of these people haven't renewed their ID cards, haven't fucking filed taxes, you know, shit like that normal people do. People like not in a cult. Because again, James O'Connor, like specific, dude, you're young, dude, you're like one of the youngest out there. When you get out of this, James, and you have to go back and get a real job, like you're going to have to fucking hustle, dude. You're going to have to work a lot. Exactly. They're escorted so they don't run away. Yes. Mm-hmm. Exactly. And some of the people that have got out had to fucking run away while they're out fucking passing out flyers and shit. Yeah, so people have actually had to run away. And that's the only way they're able to escape, man, is by running away. Mm-hmm. Oh man. That's the whole form of control. They use that. They use those Sprinter vans. They got all these fucking means to transport these people so they don't run away. So they stay in a controlled environment, right? Oh, come on, let's go. We're going. Get in. We're all going. It's like that. There is no fucking bitching or complaining. They're just a bunch of robots going where David tells them to. That's that. Exactly, just like Scientology, right? Curly girl, hit that like, let me know you're here. Exactly, just like fucking Scientology. Hey, let's go, we're going. You don't have a say in it. Let's go. Right on. What's good, Ken? We're talking about David's personal fucking real estate portfolio that he built off the back of his donors. And you know what he promised everybody? That they're all going to be going there to fucking stay at these mansions. David has told these people that. I've had people tell me on the channel, oh, I'm going to get to go stay there. Oh, you are? Okay. Let me know when that happens, man. Yeah, and see, I think, Ken, I think that's where he moved business to. If anything, he's going to move them out to his other brothels. He could use those places for fucking setups, dude. Easy. Easy. Yep, he sure could. It's strategic what he's done. He's very smart about his movements. He really is. Like, to set all these locations up near airports where he can fly people in and out, transport them quick from one location to the next, and put them on a plane, get them somewhere, and fucking be done with it. It's very smart. It's very smart. Yep. Yeah, but I'm thinking, I'm with Cliff. Like, I think his main location's Taylor. Like, he's not going to step outside of Taylor to stream. But something I want to point out too, and some of us have been talking about it, David seemed pretty nervous this last week. Did y'all notice that? He didn't stay on long. He didn't stay on long. He seemed very nervous. He seemed very uneasy about being on camera. Like, he didn't want to be there, but he had to be because he said he was going to be. And it was almost like when he was done, he pieced the fuck out. He's like, all right, I'm done out. See ya, bye. It was like he would be sitting there singing, and then they cut off, and that was it for the night. David only stayed on for a combined of like maybe 6-7 hours. Nope. He didn't elaborate a lot on himself this time, did he? Yeah, he's no-showed before. Oh, and the first day he did too, Curly Girl. The first day he did too. He's like, I gotta sit down, like fucking 30 minutes into the stream. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. I don't think his body can take much weight. His feet, anyways. I really don't. I think he's got some feet issues with his fucking health. Possibly some circulation issues. You know, maybe some started foot ulcers. Yeah. Yep, David just wants the money and he wants to be adored. He's like, he literally said too during his birthday, oh, people pay to see me. I'm like, how fucking stupid are people to pay to see somebody like you? I know, right? He's like, hey, everybody, that Rich Holmes guy and that other idiot Cliff Ware, blah, 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 bye. Have a nice night. Oh, yeah. I'm sure his ankles are fucking huge, Curly. Yes, yes. Yep. I'm sure of that. That's why I think, I think that's why I was really watching at one point, Curly Girl, on one of the nights. He was real consistent in rocking back and forth from side to side. Now, what I was thinking, his feet are hurting and he can't stay on one foot for long, so he's rocking back and forth kind of every few seconds, take the pain off, rock back and forth. That's where I was going with it. Him rocking like that now, it's all to fucking alleviate the pain in each of his fucking ankles that's going on because he's just overweight. He's not taking care of himself. Probably's got fucking big ass ankles. Yeah, he's paranoid looking over his shoulder right now. I think you're right, Kevin. I'm with you there. Yeah, no, his ankles, his feet can't support his weight. Now, on top of that, if you have swollen ankles and you got edema issues, like, fuck, you're in bad shape. You're just, and if David's got diabetes, he could be having a foot ulcer. For all we know, we just don't see it. Yep. Joseph looked fucking burnt out too, man. Joseph looked really burnt out. Okay. Yo, what up, Chris Com? That's where I'm at with it. And Cliff even said, and I've even noticed in the past streams, he's actually taken his fucking shoes off. and just walking around barefooted. That tells me he can't put on shoes. I'm sure his feet get swollen, dude, and I'm sure they hurt. I'm sure they hurt, man. Putting everything together after Cliff told me, I was like, oh shit. It all made sense. Why David was taking his shoes off during some of his streams. Because his feet were hurting. And he could no longer fucking keep his shoes on. That he had to take them off. And he had the rest of the cult members take them off. Everybody take your shoes off. Yeah, we live, Billy. What up? Hit that like and subscribe. Let me know you're new here. We're talking about David E. Taylor. How he's basically, well, not basically, he is. He's fucking, he's literally begging people for millions of dollars while he's literally spent millions on fucking mansions. Oh, yeah. Yep, they had to be in the hospital with his fucking dumb ass. Yo, what up, Billy? Yeah, Chris, come. Those darn Caucasians are at it again. Yep. No, he can't. That's why he tripods. It's called tripoding. Because he's just overweight. He can't. He literally can't fucking. To sit up normally for David takes his breath away. Yeah, no, we haven't. Nope, dead on. Nope, Curly Girl's right. Ever since we started calling out his fucking jogging pants and how fucking huge his legs were, we haven't seen his lower half. We haven't seen from here down basically for fucking almost a year or two. Yep, they cut that off real quick. They're like, hey, we better go ahead and cut off the bottom half of Apostle because they are right. He's got some huge fucking legs. Look at the size of those things. I know, Chris is only here if there's lobster on the camera. Chris says, I'm only coming if there's going to be lobster put on the camera.